Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are breaking down one of the most important networking concepts in AWS, subnets. By the end of this video, we'll understand how subnet work, how ability zone comes to play, what makes a subnet public or private, and important rules like CIDR range, reserved IP, and overlapping networks. So let's begin. First, see what is subnet. So Subnet basically a group of IP address inside your VPC, and a subnet is simply a small network inside your VPC where you create a AWS resource like EC2 instance. It must live inside a specific subnet. So used to deploy a resource into a isolated segments. Every AWS resource like EC2 must be placed inside subnet. So this is how keeps your environment isolated and organized. Next we see ability zones and subnet placement. So every subnet belongs to one ability zones. So every subnet is tied to a single ability zone. And this is important because resource inside that subnet will also stay in that specific agent. So for example, subnet 1 in ability zone A and subnet 2 in ability zone B. So by choosing a subnet, you are actually choosing the physical location where your resource will run. Next, we'll see what is the difference between public versus private subnet. So subnets are usually divided into two categories, public subnet and private subnet. So these are for resources that need direct internet access, like public subnet we are talking about. So we use that need direct internet connection, example web server, public application, host. So public subnet have a route pointing to an internet gateway. We'll see all this in next lecture. What is internet gateway? How they work. So it's ideal for web servers, as I told, for public facing apps. And public subnets route traffic to an internet gateway. Next, we'll see private subnet. So these are for internal resources that should not be reachable from the internet. For example, database, internal services, and application servers. So used for internal resources with no internet exposure, ideal for database and internal applications. Outbound traffic is used as a network net gateway. Next, we'll see CIDR block and subnet range rules. So, what is CIDR? So this is one of the most basic rules in subnetting. If your VPC has like IP address as 192.168.0.0/16, then every subnet must fall inside this range. So subnet must fall within a VPC CIDR block. So basically CIDR full form is classes internet domain. So if you see VPC that 192.16 168.0.16 and the valid range is for subnet is 192.168.10.0/24. A valid subnet size must be between /16 to /28. Reserve IP address. So we'll see first for IP address and last IP address are reserved. First for network address, second for VPC router, third for DNS, and fourth for reserve, and last for broadcast address. So these are all automatically taken by AWS. So next we'll see avoid overlapping subnets. So subnets between two different VPC can overlap, but inside the same VPC they must not overlap. Like if you take two different VPC, subnet can overlap. So subnet inside the same VPC must not be overlap. And example invalid subnet 10.16.0.0/24 and 10.0 16.0.128, so it's invalid. And overlapping subnets are allowed in different VPC. And so simple rule is every subnet must have its unique range inside the VPC. Now we'll see auto assigning public IP address. So while creating a subnet, you have option auto assign public, and if you enable this, EC2 get an private IP and automatically gets a public IP. So this is useful for subnet where resources need internet access. So useful for public facing resources like the web servers. Last, we'll see the summary, what we have learned so far. So subnets are IP groups inside VPC. And next we see each subnet belongs to an one availability zone. Public versus private depends on internet connectivity. Subnets must match VPC CIDR and size rules. Reserved IP rules apply to every subnet. No overlapping subnet inside one VPC. Support IPv6 and auto public assigned assignment. So that's all from this video. I have already uploaded the practical implementation of all this, so you can watch that video.